Good morning, this is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Starting to see some additional sun and blue sky out there this morning as we gradually see those clouds moving out of the area, but overall expecting a dry weather day ahead with no precip or lightning expected, but we'll see some slightly below average temperatures as we move through the day today. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have the periphery of this area of high pressure over the region, and expecting that to dominate the forecast as we move through today and into tomorrow. We'll see this front over the north central part of the country approach the region as we get into the day on Wednesday. Out ahead of it, we'll see a chance of a few light showers moving through the area Wednesday morning, but nothing too significant. Not expecting a washout with that, but that will be our next chance of precip moving through the area. If we take a look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding, we had some northeasterly winds closer to the surface, and seeing those winds become more west-southwesterly as we get in the mid and upper levels, and seeing that peak wind today around 78 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level today was at 3,400 feet. Looking at the current visible satellite, we see a little less coverage than what we saw earlier this morning, slowly starting to see those mid and upper level clouds moving off to the east-southeast, and expecting that trend to continue as we move through the day, seeing some mostly sunny to mostly clear skies as we get later in the day today. If we look at the European model here to see how things play out over the next couple of days, as well as into the extended forecast, we'll see, again, dry conditions as we move through the day today. High pressure staying in control of the forecast today as well as into tomorrow. We'll see mostly clear skies tonight, so it's going to allow temperatures to get pretty chilly, and then as we go into the day tomorrow, we'll see temperatures back close to seasonable for this time of year, but then as we go overnight Tuesday night and into the day on Wednesday, we'll start to see that pressure gradient tightening ahead of that front. We'll see some additional cloud cover moving into the area, so we'll pick up a breeze overnight into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and some additional clouds. And then as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday, that's when we're going to see our best chance of a few light showers pushing through the area. But most of that should wrap up as we get into the afternoon time frame, with that front pushing through and things drying back out behind it. If we zoom out, look at the longer term forecast here, starting off early on Thursday morning. We'll see that front push through the area. Behind it, we'll see high pressure building in to the north of the local region. That's going to actually keep us with some easterly to east-southeasterly flow over the area as we end the work week. So that will actually drop temperatures back down to slightly below average for this time of year. A bit of a chill in the air, especially at coastal locations with that wind coming off the water. As we go into the weekend, we'll start to see that area of high pressure move more off to the northeast, and that's going to allow a more southerly component to the wind as we go into the weekend here. If we pick up and get into the day on Saturday, overall things looking mainly dry, slightly warmer. We'll have a weak boundary moving through the area late Saturday into early Sunday. European not having any precip with this, but I can't rule out very low end chance of maybe a light shower pushing through the area with that boundary, but otherwise seeing a pretty mild end to the weekend, as well as when we get into the beginning of next week. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions over the next 24 hours. We'll see our temperatures climbing into the upper 50s this afternoon for our high, and again expecting that clearing trend to continue with some additional sun moving in, showing up as we get into the afternoon time frame. We'll see those winds staying out of the north to north-northeast as we go into the afternoon, 7 to 12 knots, gusting up 17 knots, and then more easterly wind as we get later in the afternoon. Then we'll see that wind start to diminish, eventually becoming light and variable through the overnight, and we'll see the skies clearing. So that will allow those temperatures to drop down to around 40 degrees for our overnight low. It's well below average for this time of year. So seeing those tides about half a foot to a foot above normal. And if we look at the next couple of days, Tuesday, looking mostly sunny to partly cloudy, and again becoming slightly breezy as that pressure gradient tightens. And we'll see a high around 63 degrees, so just below average, but expecting green conditions overall for our weather risk, and that slight breeze starting to increase later in the day there. And that continues as we go overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday, where we'll see partly cloudy conditions to start the day. And then we'll see increasing clouds overnight ahead of that front, becoming mostly cloudy to overcast and a low, fairly mild, just around 50 degrees with green conditions. And then we pick up our next weather risk as we go into the day on Wednesday. We'll start off cloudy, and then that chance of a few light showers pushing through the area, mainly during the morning time frame. That's why we have that yellow risk for precip. We'll also see some slightly breezy conditions through the day on Wednesday, so yellow risk for those winds at or above 25 knots. But as that front pushes through, we'll see partly cloudy conditions later and a pretty mild day with a high around 70 degrees. If we look at the extended forecast here, going into the end of the work week, we'll see partly cloudy and mostly sunny conditions for Thursday and Friday. We'll see a chillier day on Thursday with a high just around 58 degrees and slightly warmer with a high around 60 degrees on Friday. Again, seeing that onshore flow to end the week, so it's going to keep things on the cooler side. And then as we go into the weekend, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy conditions on Saturday with that boundary pushing through and a high temperature around 63 degrees and just about a 10% or less chance of a light shower pushing through the area late Saturday. And as we get into Sunday, looking like nice conditions back in the area with partly cloudy conditions and a mild high around 73 degrees. So that's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.